Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. This is Scott Maybor here with your Medicare Missive for Monday, March 9th. Hope you are all doing well. Hope you enjoyed the weekend. And happy birthday to my sister yesterday. Let's see. Today I wanted to talk about, I spoke to somebody on Saturday, and she's a relatively long customer. She's been with me 4 years or so. And she's always had Advantage plans. I believe always with the same carrier. We've switched them as the Advantage plans have changed with the carrier, but I believe she's always had an Advantage plan. I believe at least for the last few years has been the same carrier. She had emailed me on Friday, asked if we could speak, and I said sure, absolutely. What's going on? And she said, well, she's anticipating a cancer diagnosis. Her test results are coming back in mid-March, but she's doing the tests in mid-March, but she's pretty certain, or she's thinking that she does have it. And is the plan she's on the best plan she could be on? So my answer to that, for somebody in that situation is no, switch to a supplement or a Medigap plan. The reason I believe that is that the Advantage plans are typically going to have 20% co-insurance, and I've seen plans that are higher now, for in-network chemo and radiation. So if they do any of those types of treatments, plus of course the co-pays for the surgeries and anesthesia and all that stuff, but if she needs chemo or radiation and she's paying 20% of the cost, then it's going to become extremely expensive, and she's simply going to max out her plan. And the plan has a max of $6,700 or $6,900. My thought to her was, we can switch. It's currently the Medicare Advantage Plan open enrollment period until the end of the month. We can switch you to a supplement. Now in Massachusetts, there's no underwriting, so we could switch her to a supplement with or without a diagnosis. In most states, she's going to have to answer questions about any diagnosis and any pending, if she's already taken the test, any pending test results. So something to keep in mind. But here we're in Massachusetts, or she lives in Massachusetts. We can switch her to a plan immediately, which is her preference, and it will be effective. We can put the paperwork through. It's effective April 1st. The other thing I said to her is, should we simply wait and put it through for, wait for the results? If you're getting the results in a week or so, should we wait till you find out what the results are and then switch it, and it will still be April 1st? In this case, her answer was no, let's just make a switch to the Medigap plan. And the reason for that, instead of having a 20% copay, once the deductible, which is $283, is satisfied for the year, she has no copays. So 20% to the annual maximum of $6,900 or $300 max out of pocket, it's a no-brainer. She could have waited, but she didn't want to, so we did put that through. And hopefully she gets good news, not bad, and she'll be fully covered. The other thing I'll mention to you is, I did get kind of in the same vein, pay your bill. You really can't be canceled if you have a Medigap plan. The primary way to be canceled is by not paying your bill. So I got an email, a call actually, but I got the message from another longtime client. I believe he has a self-inflicted gun wound. He's in the hospital. He's getting a gun. He's in for a gun wound, and he asked me if his supplement or Medigap plan is active. I looked it up and I said, no, it lapsed for non-payment. So he's now in the hospital. He's going to have he's got the copay for the Part A, which is $1,600 or so. I don't know how many nights he's going to be there, but most likely less than 60. So $1,600. He's going to have 20% of all his bills, surgeries, anesthesia, or anything else from Part B. And if he ends up going to rehab, I don't know the details of his wounds, or skilled nursing, after 20 days, he's going to pay $210 a day. It's a lot of money. If he had kept up with the payments, and it's not that he can't afford the payments, he simply forgets to pay. He cancels a credit card that was tied to it. He closes a bank account. This is the third time it's happened. So when I called him back and I said, I'm sorry, Jim, but your policy lapsed for non-payment. You don't have any coverage. And he's like, oh, okay, not a big deal. I think it's a big deal. Pay your bill, because if you get canceled for and they'll send you multiple warnings, but if you get canceled for non-payment, it's a real pain in the neck. And then if you're in a state with underwriting, you may not qualify for another plan, pure and simple. And if you're past their window where you can make up lost payments, you're just done. And you may never qualify for a supplement in that state again without moving. So keep that in mind. Let me know if you have any questions, thoughts, or comments. I appreciate it. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy. It's like 60 degrees out here. It's lovely. Be well. Thank you.